So, hey everybody, I am the owner, founder of Cool Girls Create. I am Tee Westbrook, and I put the virtual fashion show together. I got all of my friends, some people I just kind of met and networked with, a collection of models, dancers, entrepreneurs, just overall creatives, and we worked hard for I'll let Stephanie tell you a little bit about how long it took, but we worked hard for, the last couple of days or so to put on this show for you guys. And so I just really wanted to put together a virtual event because one, I'm tired of sitting at home and not being able to be creative. But two, I wanted to like lift the spirit of entrepreneurs who are kind of in the same boat that I am, as far as we're kind of on standstill. So we have to find innovative ways to give back to our community, to just be in high spirits. And so I put this event together. So go ahead and tell us about your experience, Steph.
What I decided to do when I created my backdrop and my props and stuff, I decided to use what I had here because everybody knows it's quarantining. I have two smaller children, so I have yet to be. I go outside to grab something, and then I'm back in the house with the quickness. So I just decided to use what I had here in my home. So I used the boxes, our old boxes that we had from when we first moved in our new house. I used the flowers that I had arranged all over the house. Like, you know what? It really helped me in a way to become more creative when you have to use what you got. So I hope that you guys liked my scene, and thank you guys for tuning in because we all worked so hard to get this done, and we just appreciate everybody taking the time to just watch and see our creativeness.
Your scene was so bomb, Miss Mills. What was the most difficult thing about getting this together? Because you said you already were playing around with like, some creative ideas because you wanted to do something similar. What was like the most difficult thing to get this together in the time frame that you had to do it?
um I don't think it was a time frame that really was difficult for me because, like I said, I used what I had. Whatever I had, I'm already a creative person. So, whatever I had, that's what was going to be used for this backdrop, honey, because. But the most difficult thing for me would be trying to adjust the lighting and the camera to fit the different platforms that we were using. I'm pretty sure that was the most difficult part for everybody, but we worked it out and it was a great learning experience. And like I said, I really enjoyed myself.
Okay, girl. Well, just thank you for being a part of the show. You did an amazing job. You look bomb. If you don't know, Stephanie, go ahead and shout out your Instagram, Facebook contact information, and share with the people.
Okay. Once again, I'm Stephanie Crump, and you can see my Cash App right there if you guys want to donate to my brand, which is Mealfs. It means make each look fierce. And we will be launching our website soon. But for right now, we do have Quarantine and Mealf Teas on our Facebook page, which is Mealfs on Facebook. And it's also Mealfs on Instagram with a period between each letter, and we are on Twitter as well at Mealfs1. And follow us and subscribe. And you can subscribe now to our website and get a 15% off your first order because we will be launching soon. So you guys just make sure you're ready for that.
Well, thank you, Stephanie, so much. I had a great time with you. You know, we're sisters, so it was so bomb to put on a virtual event with you because I haven't seen you in a little while because of like,
Right.
the quarantine, but it was so good to just like be able to do this with you. So thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you. Thank you,
guys.
guys.
Bye bye. All right. So if you're just joining us, I'm Tee Westbrook, and we oh, let me make sure you can hear me. Okay. So if you're just joining us, I'm Tee Westbrook, and I am putting on an after show for the virtual fashion show Creative AF that we just did. So on now, I have creative director, just all things creative, Miss DJ from Jack and Jill Farm. So let's talk a little bit. Introduce yourselves and just tell us about your experience with the show.
Hey everybody, I'm DJ. I'm the curator of the Jack and Jill Farm. We specialize in creative directing, catering to Jills and Jacks of all trades. No matter what you do, we'll bring your creativity to life. So that's who we are, Jack and Jill Farm. I'm DJ. Yeah, that's who I am. Oh, and my part in the fashion show, I was in the finale, the Creative AF finale, and I created a spring lemonade fun scene. And I wanted to do this particular scene because during this quarantine time, everybody has been, deciding what we're supposed to do during this time, if we're supposed to be productive or resting or whatever the case may be. So I feel like the one thing that we all have in common is that life has been serving us lemons. So regardless of what you do with your lemons, if you decide to have a fashion show, if you decide to make lemonade, they're your lemons. Okay. So that's what I wanted to portray today.
Okay. Just trying to make sure you guys can hear me. So, the question that I have for you is, what was, I guess, the most exciting thing about just being in a show with, how long did it take you to put this thing together? I know for me, I came up with the idea like literally a week ago. And then I contacted everybody and I was like, hey, let's make this happen. So on your end, what was your experience with that?
Oh my goodness. I was scrambling in the beginning because I was just seeing all the girls that were being added. And I was on their page. I was like, oh my gosh, she's so creative. She's so beautiful. She's this. So I was just scrambling on ideas. And then when you gave us inspiration, I was like, okay, I can calm down. I got it. So once you gave us the inspiration on kind of what we were going for, it was a little bit easier for me to come up with ideas. But yeah, once you gave us inspiration, it was pretty easy.
Okay, so tell us a little bit more about Jack and Jill Farm and kind of what you do on a day-to-day basis as a girl boss creative.
So, like I said, the Jack and Jill Farm is catering to Jews and Jacks of all trades, in the society that we live in or the creative world that we live in. People want to be seen as multifaceted. So, regardless of whatever you do, Jack and Jill Farm caters to you. Whatever creative vision that you want to bring to life, we kind of build on those ideas and kind of bring it all together. So, day-to-day creative as far as Jack and Jill Farm is concerned, finding inspirations every single day, just coming up with things that maybe that I found on Instagram that inspired me, following other girl boss creatives, seeing what they're doing and allowing those things to inspire me. So whatever ideas I just come up with, we kind of just expound on those things and just create as we go, in a sense.
Well, I just want to say that you did a great job overall with just like your vision.
Congratulations to you because this is so dope. Like I was looking at the comments, much positive feedback. Like this is not an easy task, y'all. Okay, so her getting us all together, making sure our cues was right, everybody's in the chat at the right time. Like, so kudos and claps to you because this was amazing. This was so dope. So I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so much, girl. I'm definitely about to tell the people kind of some of the issues that I ran into with putting this thing together. But overall, like I had so much fun with y'all. So
I did too. It was so good.
So go ahead and tell people how they can contact you. What's your brand information name? What's your social media handles? Let the people know.
Got you. So you can follow me. It's kind of going across the screen. That's my personal page. You can follow me at DJ. My brand page is the Jack and Jill Farm. Follow us, comment, like, engage with us. We can't wait to connect with y'all. So yeah, I'm excited.
Well, thank you so much for coming on to the after show and just thank you for participating. And I'm pretty sure we'll be working on more projects together. But I appreciate you so much.
I appreciate you. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Ah, shooky now. Hey. So, hi, Christina. Oh my gosh. So, if you guys don't know, this is Christina. And I randomly like found you on Instagram, to be honest. Like I saw some of your like modeling pics and I was like, oh my gosh, this girl is so dope. So I just kind of started like liking stuff, and then when I was thinking about the show, I was like, oh my gosh, let's see if she'd be interested. And I reached out to you, and look, we're here now. So just introduce yourself and tell us about your experience with like this virtual fashion show that we put together.
Well, hi, I'm Christina Lee. I'm a stylist and I do set design and I do installations. I was so excited that you decided to ask me to do this. Like, it was like the perfect time. I just moved, and like to meet all the women and see all their pages, I was like super inspired. And then by you, like, of course, like I was just like, she creates all things, and like just such a good community and network of like creative women. So I was definitely like down to get with this. And during this quarantine time, like I needed the inspiration so bad. Like I know all of us have been like in like a rut of like, especially for creatives, like for me, like styling, it's like being able to connect with other people, and I like that whole side of styling. So like this was like the perfect opportunity to do like something super impromptu. And definitely for me, like, I don't know, I was inspired. I'm super into horror and sci-fi, so I did a whole Dexter scene. That was more so my my look on everything.
I was just gonna mute your mic for me just so we can make sure it's not any feedback. I was just gonna ask you about your inspiration for your scene, because it's one of my favorite scenes. Like when we were in rehearsal and I saw the mask, I said, oh hell no, wait, what's going on? So just tell us a little bit more about your inspiration for that scene.
So for me, like I love doing installation with plastic. I just did an installation recently with a Black Before I Was Born installation for, it was a Black History Month museum, and I did a piece with thicker plastic, but it was the whole thought of suffocation and suffocation in a like a white world and being, and I wanted to bring it to this basically. So for me, like I didn't have like I said, I just moved, so all my stuff is in storage back in Chattanooga, Tennessee. So I had to kind of use what I had. So for me, it was more so creating like a horror scene, which I'm super inspired by horror and sci-fi, like I said. So this is like my first take of like, I knew what I wanted to do when you said I was in one of the creative AF people. I was like, okay, like this is what I'm gonna do, and this is what I'm gonna like take on, is this horror scene. But yeah, like, super thankful for that.
So what was because you said your stuff is in storage, and so you kind of just put together things that you had in your home because you moved. But what was like, again, the most difficult thing or challenging thing when putting this together in such a short amount of time? Because guys, if you don't know, again, I thought of this idea literally like a week ago. I started reaching out to people within days, and then we had rehearsals and we did everything virtually. So using Zoom, using Instagram, using text messages, phone calls, like, oh my head is hurting just thinking about it. But what was like the most challenging thing for you?
For me, I definitely wanted to like make something original, because I was with all these women that are making things, and I love vintage. I'm an ethical stylist, so my thing is like refurbished vintage clothes. So I decided to do some I don't know actually if you could see this, but I like refurbished this jacket and did the whole back out and stuff like that. So I think that was for me like the most time crunch thing, is like getting something in my small amount of clothes that I knew that I wanted to tear up and make new. So it's definitely like getting a look together with this scene. I kind of knew the scene that I wanted to go for, but I think the look was what kind of constantly changes. Like, okay, I'm going to go from this to this to this. So yeah, I was definitely getting the look together and making it original.
Right. So I was gonna say, because the blazer was dope. So in one of the rehearsals, you were like literally sewing your buttons on, and you made some changes to it. But I guess, what inspired you to go for that particular? Because the color is bomb. And
Thank
so
you.
is that something that you do often with just like refurbishing clothes or making like customizations? Like what inspired you to go specifically with that blue?
Well, so originally I had like this dress that I was thinking about sewing and refurbishing, but then for me, like these boots that I have on, right, like I had to go with these boots. So like I started kind of from the ground up and started with something that I knew I wanted to rock, which was these boots. And then kind of I love monochromatic and I haven't really done it a lot, but I had a blue blazer and I was like, okay, like I can refurbish this. And it was like only had one button on it. And I was like, okay, I can make this my own. And like I said, I just moved to Florida, so I knew I wanted to make a blazer that was like I could actually wear in this heat and be nice and breathy. So like I decided to tear this up and this little monochromatic look to go with my boots.
Yeah. Well, your entire look and concept was really dope, and I am so excited to just like watch the playback because I haven't gotten a chance to see everything. But I thank you so much for just being a part of this. And so tell the people where they can find you. Like, what's your social media handles? Tell them about your website. Like, let us know where we can get in contact.
So I am at of Sight of Saaneah, which is SIGHT of STINA on Instagram. And then I have my website linked onto my Instagram. You can just click there and you can see all my styled shoots, all my makeup that I've done, all of my current updated and some of my installation and set design. You can see all on my website. My Instagram, I'm kind of like slowly restarting. So I kind of wanted to like restart because I am moving to a new place and I was like really inspired to, after this quarantine, to kind of like revive and start new. But yeah, you can go to my website and see all of my styled shoots and all of my information. You can contact me there for any personal styling, or I do a lot of band stylings and stuff like that. So you can contact me on there for sure.
All right. Well, thank you so much again, Christina.
Thank
And
you.
I know that you and I will definitely be getting together because you are so dope.
Thank you.
All right. But have a good night.
You too.
Hi.
Hey, hey. Let me introduce you first. Put your thank you. Okay. So, if you're just joining us, we are at the virtual fashion show Aftershow. And I am just sitting and having some conversation with some of the participants of the show, some local creatives. Well, in this case, well, you move. But we're going to have to talk about that. But now joining us is Ebony. And so let's introduce yourself and just tell us about your experience with the show.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ebony, and I am a model and an aspiring photographer as well. Definitely getting more into photography. I playwright. I really just want to be a part of everything creative. So that's me. My experience with the show was great. I mean, I've never been a part of this. I know that a lot of people that also were a part of this, or even when it comes to the audience for like virtual fashion show, how was that going to work? But honey, we did it like through the glitches, through the calls, through the time, the hours, the sleepless nights, like just trying to figure everything out. I would say that my overall experience was great, and I can say that I've been a part of a virtual fashion show. So thank you for that.
Oh my gosh. So, if you don't know, well, I guess so this is the thing. I've known you for a while, so I know that like creatively you're really talented, and we've done some shows together. I feel like we've done some things together for sure. So, you were one of the first people that I thought of, and I was like, well, it's a virtual event. So, although you're not in Nashville anymore, like it really came together. So, just tell me a little bit about your experience, like you were in 2 scenes, right? So you were in scene 1, which was Spring Remix, and you were also in scene 2, or was it? I'm tired now. Scene 3, scene 2, scene 3. So you were also in scene 3, which was the finale. So tell me a little bit about your experience putting together 2 themes. I really love the like Janet Jackson with like the book and everything, but just tell us a little bit more about your experience with that.
So my first one, I was in streetwear, and I was like, why not just do it on the street? So I decided to, because I didn't know how dark it was. We are on Eastern time, so an hour behind, and I was like, okay, I want to try and like create a scene where I have like these lights and the cars, and I just want to be so theatrical. And it ended up being lighter than I thought it would outside. So I was like, okay, I'll work with it. But I think it turned out well. The only thing I'm sad about is the fact that, of course, when the glitch happened, it didn't pick it up. And then when it was time to redo it, it was my sister, she had to leave. So I didn't have my scene anymore. And then I clicked it and you saw my face and I was like, child, I'm a mess right now. But for everyone that saw it, I'm happy that you guys were able to experience it. I still enjoyed it. If you have any videos or pictures, please send them my way. And the second scene was a lot of fun. I found this cute little blazer that I got from the Goodwill many years ago. And yes, and I used my mom's belt, just something cute and easy. And I'm like, why not set up like not a fashion show, a photo shoot. So I wanted to be like a live photo shoot. And I also have the pictures. So yeah, it's like you get a photo shoot and a fashion show in one.
Right. So the good news is, even though it wasn't streamed when we had the glitch, I still have the video from the first one. So yes, honey, yes, we're gonna show this video. But let's see, what else can I ask? Like, what was the most difficult thing? Because you had to do 2 scenes, so, and they weren't back to back, but well, actually they were back to back, weren't they? Yeah. So like, how did you figure it out?
Okay, so everything was timing. Well, first, I had the different song. So when I got the new song, I was like, okay, we're gonna make this work. But it was really just making sure everyone's schedule worked with mine, especially when it came to that first scene, because some people, they're working. So they were like, well, I can't be here for the rehearsal and whatnot. And I'm like, I'm so stressed out because I am a true perfectionist when it comes to my craft. And I like to be able to make sure everything is organized. So that was definitely a challenge because I'm like, I need somebody to be here, like for real. So yeah. And then the second scene, it was really easy. It was just making sure everything looked nice. And I feel like in that scene, it was just me bringing it to life. So yeah, that's it.
So, you mentioned like just being a perfectionist and stuff like that. So I just wanted to just talk about, because I'm a perfectionist as well. And so for me, it was literally like 22 of us. And then we had the DJ. My husband actually helped with like organizing the scenes and making sure that it ran smoothly because I had to model as well. So it was like, it was a lot of work to pull this thing off. And so, although it was a challenge, it was like, it came together so beautifully. And like, I was shocked to see like just how beautiful it was. But my last question to you is, how have you been inspired, I guess, during the quarantine? Like what has been keeping you kind of motivated during this time where you have to be socially distant from people? We don't know what's gonna like really literally happen in the future. So just tell me, like, what have you been doing to keep your spirits uplifted as a creative?
So, first thing, the way that it came out was so beautiful. Like seeing everyone seen in creativity, I was like, yes, I was so I mean, that's really inspiring. First off, being able to see everyone just pull something together in the matter of a couple days from full look to sync. Yep. From full look to scenes, to the interaction that they had, it was amazing. So I definitely will say that because of us doing this, it's monumental because you never know, like, when someone will have this type of idea again. And the fact that we were able to experience it was really it was a blessing. So as far as what's been keeping me inspired, you know, it's been a struggle because some days I feel inspired and other days I won't. But I've been trying to do my best to read and keep myself uplifted, do my meditation, and actually journal. Like journaling is one of my biggest things. So I journal, I pray, and I have a great support system around me. So in the days that I feel down, they're there. And when I was approached by you, of course, with this fashion show, it was like something to get me up and to really put myself in a position to make it happen. I mean, I was trying to figure out a whole bunch of different stuff. Like, if you've seen Lock and Key, I had this one scene where I was like coming out of a mirror. I had plastic wrap. Like, it was going to be the drama. Like, the mirror is actually right here. Hold on, let me flip it real quick. I don't know if child.
Oh child. Oh child. Look
I
at
was
that.
I was coming through the mirror. Like I had to say, okay, let me dial it back. Let me dial it back. But yeah, it's just having the opportunity to be as creative as you want. So yes, thank you for the opportunity.
Of course. Like, okay, we're gonna save the mirror for another one because I've already like gotten tons of requests to do another one, and we're gonna keep this thing going. It wasn't, you know, I don't know where this virtual fashion show idea came from. I was just like, let's try it. Let's try to do something creative. So it's like it turned out beyond what I ever imagined. But just so people know, we put a lot of work into this. Like you said, a lot of long hours, sleepless nights, and a lot of us are entrepreneurs or creatives and just like trying to keep our spirits up during this time. So if you can see at the bottom, there's a ticker that has Ebony's name and it also has her Cash App. So we'll be taking donations for the participants of the show. You can Cash App them directly, or you can send donations directly to Cool Girls Create to be distributed. But we just want to, again, keep the spirits uplifted during this time and be as much as a support system as possible for creative. So let the people know, Ebony, where they can contact you, what's your business or brand name, and what's your social media handles.
Okay, everyone. My social media on Instagram is Ebony Dawn. That is EBONYDON. And again, I'm a model. So if you, I don't know, like we can collab. If you have an idea, we can do something where we collab in the future, whatever. I'm always down to uh, work with people because I think that being a creative is one of the best things. It's like being able to have an idea and execute it in such a way that makes people not only resonate with what you're doing, but feel inspired, especially during a time like this. So again, Ebony Dawn, my Cash App is Ebony D Baker. And my Facebook is Ebby BBIE Baker. Follow me. Let's get to know each other and keep each other uplifted and encouraged.
All right, girl. Thank you so much. My dog just decided he was gonna join and sit right in front of me. But thank you so much, Ebony. I will definitely talk to you later, and I appreciate you so much for being a part of the show.
Of
Of
course. Thank you
course. Thank
guys.
you
Be
guys. Be
safe
safe
and
and
encouraged.
If you're just joining us, I am Tee Westbrook. I am the owner and founder of Cool Girls Create, and we just put on a bomb ass, if I must say so myself, virtual fashion show. If you have seen the show and you saw somebody that you want to donate to specifically, the cash apps are going across the screen. We're also taking donations and overall, and just like trying to be a support system and uplift creatives, girl bosses, entrepreneurs. So right now, I am joined with Saaneah. And Saaneah is my baby because, oh my gosh, I don't even know how many years it's been, but she is a singer, songwriter, performer, just overall bomb woman, womanpreneur. And so introduce yourself and just tell us a little bit about you and what you do.
Awesome. Well, peace and harmony, everybody. So glad. It's the first of the month. What a great way to start the month off with a virtual fashion show filled with, creative queens that are amazing, you know. And my name is Saaneah. It means one who brings the knowledge of peace and love. And that's just what I aim to incorporate in everything that I do. And I definitely would put myself under the category of a Renaissance woman. I mean, because creative encompasses so many things. And it's a matter of just being innovative. I love being innovative, but my core is singing and songwriting, and naturally after being in a Nashville School of the Arts is where I graduated from, I connected to dance, modeling, and also just body activism, body positive activism. And so with that, I've been able to put out an EP that is actually out right now called While You Wait. And y'all heard that on the part of the intermission that was at the end of the second scene. So you heard my song No Warning. And then we closed out with my song Want You Now. And you can find that on all streaming platforms. That was my first EP that I ever put out. And I'm also a global model. I got a major global modeling ambassadorship with my fam, American Eagle. And so at the very end, if you saw what I put on at the end, it was American Eagle shorts. So I had to show how the curvy shorts fit the curvy girls. So I put those on. And I started out with the swimsuit. I love wearing bathing suits. And it's something about them that just makes me excited during this quarantine time. I remember as a little girl, I used to just really love just putting on tutus or like bathing suits, whether I was going outside or not. But um, being in a runway show wearing a swimsuit is definitely a dream of mine. So I'm just like, shoot, that's what I was going to do. Start out there and have my swimsuit on and just like, it was really uplifting, Tanisha. Like I had such a good time. Like I want to talk about like the behind the scenes because like we did put a lot of work into this and it was a lot of fun. Like it was fun to kind of take a load off and just be creative. I was hit by the tornado that happened in Nashville pretty hard. Tree hit our roof. So my house still not fixed. It's still leaking when it rains sometimes because we missed a little spot. But, it was a blessing to kind of take a break from having to get all that stuff done because right after the tornado came COVID. And so it was like everybody forgot about the tornado. And while people are still like, they had like maybe like a week or two for when people were like helping and moving stuff. And then like everything stopped. Like it was like Corona just took over. And, I really appreciate Cool Girls Creating, my girl Tanisha. We've been knowing each other. I feel like it's been like 4 years or something, maybe. I feel like we met in 2017, your first fashion show you put out. But so yeah, it really was a blessing trying to take some time this whole thing like came together in my brain really like today. Like I had been thinking about stuff, but right at the brink, I was like, okay,
how can I utilize what I have in my home and be like creative? I'm like, I can do this. Like, what? I need a runway. So I was just like, I'm about to do a sunflower runway. And I love sunflowers. They just lift up my spirits anytime I see them. And they mean a lot to me too, just because it has a connection to with my grandmothers. So that's how you got the sunflowers. I just have, some of the sunflowers, Tanisha, is actually from a long time ago when you had given me some. He was like, well, girl, you can have them. And then look, here we are again. But let me see. I just wanted to show pieces of me. It's I don't know. Can you, I wouldn't think you hear me. I don't know. I just wanted to show like pieces of me. And if you can see, I love these colors. They really represent like my brands. And I have Curvy Confidence Dance is a brand that I started when I think it was like officially 2000, top of 2018. Wow, is it 3 years? Wow, oh, cool. Yeah. Okay, so like 2, 3 years, whatever. And I really believe in like all sizes coming together and doing what they love. A lot of times it could be very limited to fashion, the fashion industry, entertainment industry, period. Don't just like show love to like all sizes in one space. And that's kind of what my brand is connected to, is like uplifting everybody together in uniformity and unity. And so that's why I come up with Curvy Confidence, a platform where people can just be their free selves, move their bodies, love it at every stage, because women are phases of the moon and we're just always shifting and changing, and then it cools our bodies, but it doesn't mean that we shouldn't accept them and love them through every stage. And so Curvy Confidence came about. It's a self-love experience, a dance experience to help heal yourself by loving yourself more. And so y'all definitely check that out too. I do a live class every Sunday. I had to find something to commit to consistently during this quarantine time. I was like, I have to do something.
I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
Hold on, let's make sure that her mic is muted so there isn't feedback. Okay. So I was gonna ask, what are some of the things that you've been doing during the quarantine to just stay positive and be creative? Because I know that you're a singer, songwriter. So, but we're on lockdown, and again, like you said, you were affected by the tornado, unfortunately. So, what are some things that you've been able to do to just keep going creatively?
Well, I have a therapist. Hallelujah. I'm such an advocate for therapy. And it really helps me get through like being hit by 2 catastrophic things at one time. I also take care of my grandmother who's legally blind. So I guess my therapist helps remind me that, singing and dancing and doing things creative and modeling and coming up with ideas and ways to bring people together is like important in order to keep me sane. It's like to keep sanity, to not really like go into myself and get like anxiety and depression. So lately, like honestly, I will try to create a routine. Routine has really helped me during this time, maintaining a self-care routine, because as soon as I get out of that and then like not have my schedule on task, like I'm just like flowing with the wind. I don't know what's going on. Then I start thinking about stuff negatively, and I'm just like, no, I don't need to go there. So then you have to think during this time when you start to get your mind into that space of just negativity, you got to be like, okay, I need to do something I love, whatever it is, like that can lift you up. So that's why sometimes when people see me, they're like, Lord, what is she doing? I'm like, I don't throw the baby. I'm putting the bathing suit on. I'm going outside. I'm twerking to Megan. Period. Like I'm hyped. Let's get hyped right quick, because right now this depression not gonna come for me. Then, or I might get my coloring book, because I did just get a coloring book. So I was like, I feel like it's important for people at this time. That helps me is to connect to the child in you, and the child in you was not judgmental. They're very carefree, and they're so curious and wondrous. And I'm smelling roses, like I'm looking at the birds and stuff like that. So I feel like that really helps me with all this tumultuous things going on and me trying to get my house fixed and stuff like that and help my granny, like, it's a lot of pressure. But therapy, remind myself I need to do something I love every day and create every day, like even if it's just 30 minutes, like it really will change. It will change your day. You'll stop thinking about stuff that you don't need to just keep thinking about. And I've also been trying to dedicate a day to sing, to just get dressed, just because you're you. Like, you're a beautiful vessel that's been created by a masterful God. So it's just like, treat yourself with love every day. So that's why sometimes it's like, I might not do a full face, but I might throw a little lash on, or I might, like, put some eyeliner on, something just to get me a little spruce up. Like, I'm getting ready for the day, But yeah, people have been helpful here. I'm definitely, we're in a space where we're like still trying to get stuff done. Like, it ruined the gate. Is a hole in the roof. My car was totaled out. So it was just a lot of stuff that happened at one time. So but I'm able to just keep smiling for life. Like my class that I'm doing on Sunday, I'm teaching a dance class on Sunday live again at Kirby Confidence Dance. And I was just talking to God. I was like, man, what do I want to talk to the people about? And I said the theme is going to be about surviving. And one of the beautiful things about the tornado that I could look at is that I did survive. My grandmother survived. My auntie survived. There are survivors, and every day you wake up, you're surviving. And I feel like that's something that helps us get through coping with what's happening right now. And you are definitely helping us cope with that, as well. Just provide, creating this opportunity and just going for it. Because I did not plan on this. My cousin and I, who's holding the camera right now, it just kind of like flowed with me, just kind of, I don't know, just kind of flowed. And then I was just like, okay, I got to do something, that really represents who I am. And that is a love and peace bringer in the spirit. So that's why I had the don't worry, be happy thing, because I have to have stuff around me to remind me to be okay. Like, girl, I write stuff down when I need to be reminded to lift myself up if I don't have nobody to call or something like that. So that's another thing during quarantine that I encourage. I mean, everybody might not be able to write on your wall, but I write on my wall things all the time that my eye can notice, and to get me out of those funky modes where I'm talking down to myself, or maybe somebody, whatever happens. And I'm just like, oh, something on my wall. You look over here, I have like this thing that says be kind and stay humble, never stop, stay loyal, smile often, be thankful. Then I have these women, like if you look over here, I have like, oh, I was gonna pop a bottle on y'all real quick. But if you we did it. But if you look, you'll see that there's pieces of me that I hope that the people felt during the show. And then I wanted to go to my music room. That's my creative room. And Once You Now was a big song because it got on the radio and on 92Q. And that was big, the first time on the radio. And then at the end,
hold on, Sai.
Oh.
I was just gonna say, so the Want You Now video, go watch it on YouTube because I was there when you shot it and it was so bomb. Yeah. I can't hear you.
I was saying we got so much. Okay, yeah. So Once You Now, I think that was our beginning. 2017. Man, Tanisha been working with me since the beginning, just creating the clothes. So the whole fashion, a major part of the fashion came from I'm the List, and that was a lifesaver. Tanisha just saved me for fashion for a long time. I'm not like a fashionista. Like, I like fashion. I know like what I love, but then people that are like super just like, then they'll be like, okay, this is what you're going for. I got you. So that's what happened. And then T and Steph were both in the video. So y'all make sure y'all see it so y'all can see them in it, because it came out so amazing. I mean, since then I haven't even done another video, but we got to do another one. Like, we gonna have to figure it out. I don't know how, but we gonna make it happen though, because I know you got
For sure, for sure. So, Saaneah, just to let the people know, where can they contact you? Give them your social media handles, and then also, just so for people who are watching, Saaneah's name is going across the screen and her Cash App. So feel free to donate towards her. As a creative, not only is she a creative, but she was impacted heavily by the tornado, and then right after that, COVID-19. And so please just, do what you can to support and uplift Saaneah and others like her who are in similar situations. But go ahead and let the people know where they can contact you.
Okay, so Saaneah across the board on Twitter, Instagram, what are other, Facebook? Oh yes, please, if you're on Facebook, it would uplift me if you can't do the donation thing, but just to like my music page, because I got some new music. I actually just dropped a new song exclusively on YouTube that you can watch now. And if you go to my YouTube, it's Saaneah. Saaneah. Okay. And so that's across the board. You can go to my website, Saaneah.com. And if you're trying to dance and shake it with me on the live, go ahead and follow my page, Curvy Confidence Dance, on Instagram, and join our live. It's actually, the theme is always like, this is where you elevate your joy. So that's where you can find me, Saaneah, on everything. Cash App, Instagram, all the things. And again, thank you so much, Cool Girls Create. This is such a delight. And I'm really excited to just see what more you do and what we do together. And yeah, I'm super empowered. This is lit. I'm like, I'm not going to put this stuff down, really. Like, I'm like, what else can I do? What else can I do? I'm going to use this space and just do a lot more.
Right, girl. Just like take some photos. And okay, now you know you're supposed to get like BTS, so make sure that you send me some selfies that you took. I need to see all of the stuff because I really want people to see like what it took to like put this thing together. But thank you so much, Saaneah, and I am gonna talk to you later. We're definitely gonna connect again. So have a good night, boo boo. Hey, Imari, how are you? So, if you're joining us, give me 1 second. Put your yep, okay. So, if you're just joining us, this is the virtual fashion show after show. So I've been sitting here and just talking to a bunch of creatives who are involved in the show, and getting their feedback and experience on being involved and just getting some insight on who they are overall. So right now we have Imari. Tell us about yourself, Imari, and what was your experience working with Cool Girls Create for this fashion show? I know you had two things going on tonight, so tell us about it.
Okay, there we go. Yes. Okay. Hey. So, like she said, I am Imari Sensei. My ad is right there, and my Cash App right there. You feel me? So you feel me? Hit that. But I am a singer, recording artist, a creative director. I do a lot of things actually. I create events. I iPhone photographer. You feel me? Self-proclaimed. And yes, so I do really appreciate this opportunity, one, because so at the beginning of this quarantine, like I have dealt with a lot of fluctuating emotions just over my life, and especially as a creator, an independent artist, an entrepreneur, a young entrepreneur who like has no mentors. You feel me? It gets stressful. It gets very stressful when you feel like you're okay, so you kind of see the end goal, but you have no clue like how you're supposed to get there. You slick don't even know the first step. Like you're really just feeling it around in the dark and hoping that you run into like a light switch, I guess, or a wall or something. And so yeah,
I've dealt with that. So I have these different mechanisms that I use to just keep myself in high spirits, you know. And I felt like during this time, especially with in Nashville with the tornado and then COVID-19 coming right after that, you know, people lost their homes, then people lost their jobs, which I was one of those people. Once again, hit that cash app. People lost their jobs. And so I felt that it was kind of my duty almost to remain positive and to, you know, bring those little doses of serotonin that do help get people through the day, you know. And so I was posting a lot. You feel me? Plus, I felt like if I had been complaining about, you know, oh, I don't have enough time to do this, or I don't have, you know, this, that, the other, enough energy. I'm putting my energy into this, that, and then the next thing, you know, I can't focus on what I really need to focus on. Okay. I felt that way. If I'm thinking that, then now I have this time to literally just do anything. Like the world is sitting still. And so I kind of put some pressure on myself. I did. I put some pressure on myself. I often feel like my Scorpio ascendant is like pressuring my Pisces sun. It's just because she can be a little lazy, but that Scorpio ascendant is like, what y'all? It's like, you better work, like get to work. You feel me? And so I was working. I was like creating content, like maybe 3-4 videos in a day, you know, and that's just tiring. Excuse me. That's tiring. Like if you know, you create content, girl, like shooting it, forget shooting it, putting the idea together, getting the outfit, the makeup, you feel me? Getting those edges to stay where they're supposed to stay, you feel me? Then setting up whatever you're going to set up, you know, the background, shooting the video, editing the video, you know, coming up with a caption. It's just all a lot. People don't even know. It's the little things, okay? It's the little things. And so I kind of got burnt out in real life. Like I was going strong for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And then your girl got burnt out. Like, and that was a long story, but all that to say, this has been a great reason for me to kind of get back into that, you know. I got to put together a nice outfit, you know. I was sleeping on myself at first, so I had a whole little moment of sleeping on yourself and then gassing yourself up and realizing you're a bad bitch, you feel me? I had that whole moment, and that's all thanks to Cool Girls Create, and I got to take some cute photos, some new content, and a setup video because I did record the BTS for setting this up. And yes, which I can talk about that in a moment, but I need to give myself a pause. But yes, I do really appreciate the experience.
Yes, girl. So, with everything that you have, you mentioned a couple of things. Like, it can be really well for me. For some reason, when we first got in quarantine, I was like, okay, I'm always talking about I don't have time to do things, kind of like what you just said. And so there is no excuse for me not to be able to shoot content and to get things done and all this stuff. And then like it's been like 2 months. It's been 2.5 months. It can be very, very depressing to be in the house and continuously find ways to be motivated when you can't really see an insight because it's like we don't really know what's going to happen. So I was just sitting there thinking, and I was like, man, it would be so cool to put on a virtual fashion show. And so, of course, you were one of the people that I wanted to reach out to because I've been knowing you for a little while. You're creative AF, and you just seem like the perfect fit. So tell me a little bit about your experience overall with participating in a virtual fashion show. Like, what did you expect and what was your experience?
Okay, so expectations. I honestly didn't know what to expect. I didn't know how this is gonna work. You clearly know more. You're plugged into something deep in there. You feel me, into the matrix, because I didn't know how, I still don't know how this is happening right now. But like, yeah, I had no expectations whatsoever. I did feel like it was gonna be dope because you always put together really dope events and dope fashion shows. I mean, you know, I hit you up for some clothes. I was like, I didn't know what I was gonna wear. I'm like, do I have the clothing and the pieces that would live up to the standards of like a fashion show in my mind, you know? And so I was able to kind of let that go, which was great. That was a great experience. And then just coming up with the outfit, being creative, like having a moment. I did have 2 shows tonight. So I performed at 6. And then I got finished with that show maybe at like 6:30, literally like on the dot. And I remember you told us that we needed to log in by 6:45, and I was still thinking that I was in scene 1. I was just all over the place. So I literally rushed, like I ran over here. I'm like, okay. So I know I want to have my colored lights. Okay. I know I want to have fabric, but I don't know how all that's gonna go together. I don't know like exactly what I want it to look like, you know? So literally as I'm running across the house over here, I'm like, okay, boom. I'm gonna throw these silk sheets up here. I'm gonna throw these sheets right here, these sheets. Ooh, step back and you're like, okay, it's missing something. Like maybe some tools, something sheer. So I got these little things right here. I had a couple of those. I have a whole dresser full of fabrics as if they're clothing. You feel me? But yeah, I pulled these out. Then I pulled the little leaves out. You feel me? And honestly, it just felt really good to just allow myself to flow, you know, like creatively, just to flow, and for it to all come together and create a nice, create a nice vision, nice visual. I'm definitely appreciative. The rehearsals were really cool. That rehearsal, the one I actually made, that's when my eyes were opened. You feel me? That's when my eyes were open to like exactly how dope this was about to be. Because I got into this little platform here that we're on right now, and seeing people go back and forth, you know, the transitions, the playlist, A1. I'm honestly inspired. It's an inspiring experience. So inspiring experience. That's what it is. I can't hear you. Minot can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. I was mute. I done muted myself. What was I gonna say? Oh, like I think a lot of people didn't know what to expect with like a virtual fashion show, but I just wanted to say that I just want to let people know that a lot of research went into trying to figure out what platform to use, how to get the music to stream, how to get 20 plus women on the same page without actually having a physical practice, how to communicate, and then just streaming to platforms like Facebook and just making the whole thing look visually appealing. So yes, it took a lot of work, but I think it came out amazing. Now, so here's the tea. I haven't seen it yet. So I have not seen like everybody's performance. I can't wait to see it. But I just wanted to thank you again for being a part of it, and just to let the people know what are some platforms that people can reach you at, and just finish off by telling us, you know, if you have some upcoming projects, what's the tea?
Okay, so the Imari Sensei tea. So I did just release a quarantine project. This is the first of a series of projects that I plan to release this summer. Okay, it is 2 songs. I did intend for it to be 3 songs, but that third song, you know, things happen. So it's 2 songs, and I'm really excited about this project because I wrote very candidly, you know, from the heart. And I feel that it's very relatable. I feel that I challenge myself as a writer, and find those pockets, you feel me? And just expanding as an artist, expanding my repertoire. Mm-hmm. And so Sensei, Sinsay, is exclusively on SoundCloud. Go stream that, okay? And send me a video, okay, of you dancing to mine, or all right, and I'll post it. Okay. That So another thing. Oh, right. First of the series. So my next one, I am attempting, I want to get to 1,000 plays on each song. All right. If you would like to help, I mean, everything helps. All social media interactions. So if you like it, if you comment, if you share it on SoundCloud, on your story, on Instagram, on Facebook, those really help independent artists and content creators. They really do. And they cost literally nothing. Maybe even take a second, maybe 3 seconds. You feel me? If I'm just gonna be extra lenient on that, extra generous. But yes, 1,000 plays, and I will release my next project. Okay, and that is 3 songs, and this is very poppy. It's electronic soul. I'm exploring that area, that realm. You can find me on Instagram at Imari Sensei. IMARI SENSEI. You can find me on Twitter. It's Love Sensei, because some random has my name on Twitter, and it's like, sis, how do I get that from you? But yes, it's LOV3 Sensei, SENSEI. And then you can find me on SoundCloud, same thing, Imari Sensei. And you can find me on OnlyFans, okay? Imari the Goddess. Boop. And so, yeah, that's me. That's my tea. All right. And I'm sticking to it, okay? Boop.
Not the wait a minute. Not the OnlyFans. You know what? I've been hearing a lot of good things about OnlyFans for entrepreneurs. I'm just saying. I saw somebody talking about having a cooking show. Like it doesn't have to just be. Hey, Beyonce said OnlyFans on her recent song, so with Meg Thee Stallion. So you might be able to get something popping on there. But period. Um, Thank you so much, Imari, for joining us and being a part of the show, a part of the virtual fashion show and the after show. And I just thank you, and I'll see you soon. Talk to you later. Whew. Okay, am I muted? No. All right. So that was the virtual fashion show. Let me rephrase. That was the Creative AF. And just so you know, F actually stands for fun, creative and fun virtual fashion show. But that was the after show. I really had a good time just sitting down and talking with some participants who were part of the show. And just so you know, I am Tee Westbrook, founder, creative of Cool Girls Create, and I put together this virtual fashion show. It was my first virtual event with as many people that were involved, and so I really worked hard on it. I can't even count how many nights I've been up. But I just want to thank everybody who has participated, and I want to thank everybody who watched it live, and of course who's going to watch the replay. And again, I put this event on to just uplift the spirits of creatives. Thank you so much for tuning in to the virtual fashion show, and it was an amazing experience for me. It hasn't hit me yet. I'm like, I've lost my voice, y'all, because I've been yapping for like the last 7 days to everybody. But it hasn't hit me yet. I haven't really been able to see like the visuals and everything come together. So I'm going to go and watch the playback. But thank you so much for joining the Creative AF Virtual Fashion Show After Show. I'm your girl, Tee Westbrook, and I'm signing out.